Once again, Dan the man on the hunt. Where you going, Dan? Oh, Danny, it's the weed eater bird. Or the tweet eater bird, one of the two. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, if you couldn't tell from the title. And this is Danny. Today he's decided he's going to lay on the sawmill cover. Who knew? A couple of announcements. Number one, I'm going to be up at the Northeast Logging Show in Bangor, Maine. From Wednesday until Sunday, I'll be running the Norwood booth at the logging show on Friday and Saturday. So if you are up in that area and you come out to the logging show, you can meet me and you can run a sawmill. So if you ever wonder what it's like to run a sawmill like you see on all these YouTube channels, you get to do it up in Bangor if you come see me. Second of all, if you haven't noticed already, I changed the... Oh, did you get it, Dan? The stinking bug? I changed the name of the channel from my name, William Profit, to Pirate Solutions Forestry. The reason that I did that is my wife wants to get me business cards with a QR code on them. And we've always had this weird thing about business cards. I always had William Profit on them, but everybody calls me Billy. So on my last set of business cards that she had made up, she put Billy on them. Well, then everybody complained they couldn't find my channels because my channels were under William. So I had to tell everyone, it says Billy on here, but if you look me up under William, well, now there's going to be a QR code on the business card that links right to the channel, and it's going to be a lot easier to search. It doesn't matter whether you call me William or Billy, and I prefer Billy. If you look up Pirate Solutions Forestry, you're going to find the channel, you're going to find us, you're going to find my Facebook Pirate Solutions Forestry page, the whole 9 yards. So it was just to simplify things. Do me a favor. If you're a regular and you watch me consistently, just let me know that you saw this and let me know that you know it. And if you want to share the video or something like that with your friends or whatever so that the word gets around, it made me really nervous, and that's the only reason I haven't done it for a while. So what we're doing today is we're preparing to go to Bangor, Maine, because I have a whole bunch of stuff I got to bring with me and fit my pickup truck so it won't get stolen at night while I'm asleep. And we've got to mill a log. I've got to get, I think it's 10 2x4s for Ralph Alfieri. And I want to get them done so he can come pick up the balance of his order maybe while I'm gone. And I think he's going to come up to the logging show too. So if you want to meet Ralph, I think he's going to be there on Saturday. At least he's going to try with his kid. I want to give him get him to come over and get all his stuff. I probably won't be here unless he comes tomorrow. But then we're going to start at some point in the short term stocking stuff over at Ralph's new place. He's got a retail frontage, huge property that he's moving his tree service into, and he's going to do firewood and he's going to do some retail, and we're going to provide the retail roughs on lumber for his storefront. So we're going to get cutting on a log. It's kind of what we do, right? And I've got a pitch pine up on the sawmill. I'm going to show you. We'll talk about it and we'll get into cut. All right, so what we're going to do today is a little bit different view here. I'm going to show you the view from the working end here. And what I have going on is a pitch pine that I want to get a 12. I would love to get a 12 by 12 out of, but the math doesn't work. It's not going to be a 12 by 12. But I know because this dimension here is so tall, it's kind of like an oval, right? And it's really tall this way and it's kind of narrow this way, too narrow to get a 12. If I can get 12 and a quarter in this direction and get it 10 in this direction, I'll get 15 out of this, right? I get 5, 5, and 5. He only needs 10, but let's assume that 2 or 3 of the ones that he got earlier maybe bent a little bit or something like that, or maybe one cracked. Since this job is a pro bono job for my tree guy, and always take care of your tree guys. Say that again. You guys, always take care of your tree guys. Since this is a pro bono job for the tree guy, I got no problem giving him 5 extra 2x4s because he's getting 50 of them for free anyway. But my goal is going to be, and I wrote on here in blue crayon, it's the only real mark I need. I did mark myself out a 12 by 12 square down the other end, but I don't think I'll need it. All I need to know is I want to get 12 and a quarter in this dimension, and that's 4, 4, and 4 plus 2 cuts. So you need 4 cut, 4 cut, 4. There are 2 cuts in there, 1/8 of an inch apiece. So that makes up the quarter. So you need 12 and a quarter to be able to chop that into 3 4-inch cants. And then we'll just cut down on 2-inch marks and make them 1 7/8 wide. And like I said, I won't have any problem getting a 10, I believe, and getting 5, 5, and 5. The flitches, I'm probably just going to take off on inch marks. I don't think I'm going to try to mess around and get any 2x4s out of the flitches or anything like that. I don't need them. I would use the barn board far more often than I would use the 2x4 at this point until I start cutting 2x4s for stock. So that's what's going on. We're going to start cutting on it. My top cut, what I'm kind of shooting for, is about 17.5. So we're going to see if we can take it at 18.5 and then maybe come down, cut it at 17.5. At least that's what my line down there tells me. And then after that, I think we're on cruise control, because then it'll just be flip it, clean it up. I have no problem getting a 10 on that dimension on the width. So I'll let you watch from here. You are going to be seeing my back a little bit, but I will try to fill you in on everything that I am doing so you can kind of see the nuts and bolts of running the mill. So choke it, fire it up. Hopefully you don't run out of gas. We got some water flowing. Sometimes you hear me say these things, but you really don't know what's going on. So I'm going to drop down on my outside scale, measures from the top of my bunks to the bottom of my blade. So I'm going to come down to, I'm going to start at 17.5, and let's go see where that is. Hopefully it hits the log. Oh, and it doesn't. So we're already a little bit in the world of hurt here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to raise the end of this log up a little bit. It looks level, but it's not. Because 18.5 will hit on the other end. So let's fire up my hydraulics. We're going to see if we can pick this toe board up a little bit while it's clamped. I'm going to push my clamp in just a little bit, make sure it's tight. I'm going to take a quick measurement here. So right now I'm like 17.5 to the top. I kind of show the same thing on both ends. I'm going to cut this at 17. See if we can get it to clean up there. Nope. Nope. I'm going to come right out. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do it right to 16. It's not going to clean up there. Let's try that. Wow, it's really strange. This end of the log is kind of angled, and the parallax made the measurement way off, which I knew it would. I just didn't think it was going to be that much. So I don't really have a choice but to come down to 15. We'll take a cut at 15 and then we'll spin it. And then we're going to pray on a wing and a prayer that we can get this thing at 12.25 on the other side. I know you can't see, but I'm just getting my flitch off. So I am going to end up with a whole bunch of flitches here to do a whole flitch edging day. Huh. All right, we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out. Oh, I know what I did, guys. I'm going to show you something. And I know what I did, and I did it again, damn it. So if you look down here, after all that, and the measure and everything, and I'm wondering why the heck it's not coming out right, I'm still not to my line yet. You know why? Because I set my board across my rails, because that's always how I measure to the pith. So when I measure to the pith to center a log, I take this board, that's what it's under the mill for, I set it across my rails, and then I measure up to the pith. In this case, it's 9.5 inches up. And I take it down there and measure down there. Well, I measured from under here, and it was 17.5. That's for my rails, not for my bunks. So I still got room here. Almost an inch. So you have to measure from the bottom of this board to that line. It's 14.5. It's 14.5. I think I did a good thing raising up the other end. I still have some room here. I came to 15. That stinks. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this. What this 12-inch square tells me is that I was going to have wane here, and I was going to have a little bit of wane here, and maybe a teeny little bit of wane here in the middle, because it sweeps in. That little 1/2 inch right there would make a difference in the middle of this. However, I'm getting plenty out of it, so let's flip it. I still kind of like that view just because it's different. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the log, we're going to square it up, we're going to leave our toe board up, unless it looks crazy when we throw it over. You can never tell with the bumps and bruises on the log. And then we're going to cut the other side off and we're going to clean it up. Oh, that was done. Yeah, don't turn it on. That helps. That makes it easy. We're going to take our clamp and move it away. The log's probably going to try to roll, because it almost rolled off the mill on me earlier. And we're going to lift our stops all the way up. And then we're going to lift up our turner and we're going to start rotating and see how it rotates. And we really want to see at this point how it behaves itself. And if it doesn't behave well, then we can go all the way over with it. But if it behaves perfectly just like that, then we can stop right here. Okay, it's perfect right now on the stops. We're going to drop our clamp down. We're going to bring our clamp in, clamp it up, drop our turner out of the way. We're going to make sure, as I look down the log right now, the log's an S, so it's like this. It's fairly level. I don't see any problem with starting right where we are right here. I'm going to go ahead and eyeball this cut. I'm actually going to line it up with the corner of where my cut out right there and take a top cut, and I think that it might even miss in the middle a little bit, but we're going to find out. And I've got to drop my stops down a little bit. Just going to be a little too close. All right, so let's go ahead and fire this up, and we're going to kind of line it up by eye, see where to take this top cut off. You got to remember, guys, right now, toe board's still up. After this side, toe board's got to go down. So that's 17. We're going to come to 16. It's going to miss. I'm going to come to 15. All I need is 10 in this dimension, guys. That kind of lines up with that corner. It looks like it's going to hit. We're going to go ahead and try it there. Might have to come to 14 too. My throat clearance looks good. Let's go ahead and cut it. I'm still way above my 12 line. I can come down at least another cut. So best thing for you to do right now is notice where you are. I'm at 15, so I can raise up, come back. I'm going to drop the 14 and take a flitch. There's nothing edgeable inside this flitch, really. I'll keep it. It could have a 5 or 6 inch board in it if I leave a teeny bit of wane on it. Now we have to take a look at the log, see how we're doing here. We still got some wane here, but we know we're going to have wane. Since I only have to get to 10 in this dimension, I'm going to take one more. Now I'm still running that same Silvertip Turbo 7. This is probably going to be it for that. You wonder how long one goes? A couple of logs is about it. We cut a nice clean cant, and this will be a couple of logs on this band. That's about as far as non-insert teeth go. This is definitely a good flitch with a semi-flat side. Easy to edge off. I'm going to throw this up on the pile. I'm into the heartwood now. Got a nice flat. We're going to flip it again. And our goal after this flip is to get to 12 1/4. So we want to end up at 12 1/4 after we flip this. Again, the process here is basically raise your stops all the way up. If you can flip it with the clamp here, then you can flip it with the clamp. We have to put our toe boards down, but it doesn't look like it's going to want to flip with the clamp. I'm going to go ahead and use the log turner. Oh, the clamp's stuck on the log. And I've got to help it with the clamp. There we go. Get my log turner down. We're going to put our clamps down. They don't have to, our stops down. They don't have to go down all the way because we're not cutting through this log. Perfect. You don't have to shut it off in between every time, but it's going to make it better for me talking to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down to 12 1/4 and see what that cut looks like. Hopefully it looks good. That's where I need it to be. Oh, and it doesn't just look good, it looks really good. I think we pulled this off. Then we'll cut this here, we'll spin it, we'll cut it to 10, I believe. And then we'll have our 15 2x4s. Hit my line perfect, right dead on my lines on my 12 1/4. Your check right now, if you don't believe it, is to measure over and see what 10 1/4, 10 inches looks like. There's going to be a teeny little bit of wane, but my next drop out of this, in other words, I'll get good 2x4s below that. So I'll get 3 perfect ones below it. This top corner one's going to have some wane. My next drop below this is to go all the way down to 8 and something. So we don't want to do that. We're going to flip it up, see if we can get it to 10. And there'll be a teeny little bit of wane on this 2x4, the top one on that side eventually, or the bottom one on that side, however it rolls out. But now we have enough room to cut 3 4-inch cants out of it. Hi, Danny. Okay, again, it's the same. Raise your stops all the way up. And just trust me, just do it. We're going to pull our clamp out, go all the way down. We're going to go in underneath the log about a third of the way, a little less than that maybe. We're going to pick the log up. We're going to start backing out, and we're going to start raising it up at the same time. And it should start to turn. Oh, it's not turning. It'll come out just a little bit. See if I can get it to turn now. If not, we're going to have to do it with the turner. Oh, there it goes. Now we're going to put our clamps all the way down. We got the nice square corner against the stops on the mill. We're going to raise up our stop, put it just anything below 2 inches right now is good. But I still think we got some turns left in this. All right, we're all good. We can't hit anything. And right now we're going to try to figure out if we can take this at 10, because that's what we need to get 15. If we have to go to 8, then we're going to end up with 12. But here's an opportunity that if I did go to 8 right now, I can, even if I cut it at 10 right now, because I'm going to be dropping down on 2-inch marks, I'm going to get a clean 2x4 out of the middle. Even if there was wane on the outside ones, I'm still going to get one out of the middle that I would lose if I went to 8 right now. And then this ended up really good. There's almost no wane on this outside one. There is going to be wane on that one, so only one out of the 15 is going to have wane on it. So that's good. That's a really good yield. This one's got a little bit of wane, but nothing for a 2x4. I am starting to see waves in this band. It's starting to get dull. And it kind of stinks because it's got this one wave is going to be in that 2x4 right there. And when I cut this into thirds, it's going to be in every 2x. It's going to be in a bunch of 2x4s. It's in the thirds. It's going to be on the outside of, yeah. That kind of stinks. And it's because this band's starting to get whooped. But I'm going to cut it out. They're just roughs on 2x4s for building a shed. And the only downside that I see right now is I don't really have a good clean side over there to put up against the stop. I almost want to flip this backwards. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be easier if I do it that way. It's going to come out better. We have to cut this into 3-4-inch blocks right now. And if you look, I have this little 3/4-inch block that comes up that the cant's against right now. It's going to be right where this wane is right here. So it's going to want to push underneath it. That would mean I'd have to leave my stop up a little bit, and I'd be flirting with that 4-inch cut. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to flip it. We're going to fire up. We're going to pull the clamp away. I'm going to grab my PV and I'm going to flip it backwards. It's a little too heavy to flip by hand. I'm going to come up above 12 1/4 so I can bring this back, and I'll shove it over, and we're going to cut this into 3 pieces. Release it, make sure it's not leaning. Okay, right now we're going to drop down to and cut it at 8 1/8, and then drop down and cut it at 4. That's going to give us our 3 4-inch blocks. And all 4 are going to be real 4-inch. So 8 1/8, and 12 1/4, 8 1/8, 4 inches. I try to keep my pressure nice and smooth there so I didn't put a wave in that cut, or it would have been in every 2x4. So we'll come up above 12 1/4. We'll come back, we'll cut it at 4 and do the same thing. Try to keep nice even pressure on the mill. Because we're dropping down 8 inches here, we probably don't have clearance to make this cut on the angle on the under the sawmill there. It's probably going to hit. Yep. So all you do is just pull this cant over just a hair, like that. I want to get the far side over just a little bit so it's just sticking over an inch or so. That gives us plenty of clearance to make the cut, and we'll take it at 4. Try to keep the band sound nice and even. This is what you have to do when your band starts going away. So let's flip it. I'll leave the mill down there so you can watch me flip this. And the good part is the one wave I put in the other cut is only going to be in that, maybe 2 2x4s. The one with all the wane, that's going to have a wave in it. That's a good thing. Well, it's not a good thing, but it's better than if it was in a good one. Stops all the way up. Every time. Clamp out, go. Clamp out, down, in about, I don't know, a quarter of the way. We're going to lift it up, start pulling it out, start going up on the clamp. There we go. Now we'll kick the bottom over. And now we can come back and just drop on 2-inch increments, which makes them 1 7/8 thick, and cut right through this. You can see how the pith is dead center of the log right now. And we're going to end up with 15 2x4s. That one on the outside's got a ton of wane and it's got a wave in it. So we're going to come up above 10 this time. Yep. And I'm going to try to take these nice even pace, as even as I can. I'll drop to 8, cut it, then 6, cut it, 4, cut it, 2, cut it. Up above 10, bring it back. Because we're only going down to 2, we should have clearance to cut this whole thing. Let's go to 6. Up above 10, we'll go back, we'll cut it at 4. Trying to keep my pressure nice and even, keep the sound the same. Again, up above 10. Rip it back, we'll cut it at 2. Call it a day. The mill gets to get put away, band off, everything cleaned up, the whole 9 yards, cover on it, and I'm going to Maine. $15 2x4s, one with a pile of wane, but 14 really good ones. The supervisor. So if you can see my grid down here, and get the sawmill out of the way, you can see my grid down here. The only line that I ended up fat on was that one because I didn't come down all the way to that 14.5 like we measured. It cut out very symmetrical. I don't know if you can see all the lines there, but it cut out very, very symmetrical. Perfect. The only wave I see in it is right here. So you got a little dinky wave there. There's one right here too. Little dinky wave right there. And the rest of it cut fairly flat. And that's just a telltale sign that your band is starting to get whooped. So I'm going to take this whole chunk off. And really the only ones that got affected are actually the 2 with wane are the worst. The one in the middle is not even that bad. So I got a bunch of really good clean ones except for that one wave. I will pull this off as a unit and put it over with his wood over there. Actually, I'll put the whole pile of them probably right in front of those long 1x8s right there. And he's got another pile of 2x4s behind the 1x8s on the other one. And hopefully he can come get it while I'm gone. Hi, Denny. So once again, thank you for the watch very much. I have to go into squirrel mode and start collecting all my stuff for the trip and start trying to make sense of it between today and tomorrow. I've got to get this mill cleaned up, fueled up, greased, covered, put away, get that band off it because that band's starting to get whooped. And that's a good lesson in how far those bands will go. A normal everyday band, not one with hardened inserts. It's about as far as they go, guys. Couple of logs, then they'll start putting waves in your stuff. Looking from here, I can see down the lines on the side of the cant that you can't see right now, and they are like perfectly straight. There's no waves in them at all, so that part came out nice. The majority of that pack is going to be really good, straight, curve-free 2x4s. And he's got extras. He only needed, I think, 9. We're giving him 15. I think it was 9 he needed left, and we're giving him 15, and that's all his wood for his shed/chicken run. I think what he wants to do is he kind of wants to build a shed kind of like this with a chicken run off the side of it. And that was the lumber list that he gave me. So right now, I have got some big orders in the pipeline, and they will be happening next week because I will be gone from Wednesday to Sunday. I will shoot as much content up at the show as I can. And if you have a chance to come to the show, please come see me and say hi. Even, if you want to run a mill, like I said, I'll let you run a mill. I will be up there without Danny, unfortunately. It'll just be me. But it's in Bangor, Maine on the 16th and 17th. I will be running the Norwood booth with one of the Norwood employees, Chris, and his wife. They're bringing the sawmill out from New York right now. They're probably on their way. I think they're planning on finishing their trip on Wednesday, so they might be on their way. I think he's driving to New York today from Ontario. Danny and I, there's no way that we could tell you how much we appreciate the watch always. I'm very, very blessed to reach as many people as I do. I never, ever thought when I started this channel like 12 years ago as a way to share my videos that I couldn't upload to Facebook. That was why I started this channel. I never dreamed that I would have a reach around the world and get comments from you guys and have people that watch me every day. And I just cannot tell you how appreciative I am of it. That's why I answer every single comment back. Now, someday might get to the point where I can't, but right now I can. So I answer every comment back or every question back. And sometimes it might just be a little heart thing and a thumbs up, but I answer every comment in some way, shape, or form. Like, share, and subscribe for me. Let me know that you saw the channel name change. Let me know what you think about my videos. I want to make this channel better and better and better. I'm interested to find out what you thought about this video because there was a lot of good information in it. Some of those cuts I probably will fast forward through, or you'll have already seen it, so it doesn't matter. But if you're looking to buy something from Norwood, go down in the description and my affiliate links in there. Share my channel with people as much as you can. Help me, our channel's growing and we want to grow. So help me grow and let me know what you want, what you like, what you don't like, and I'll try to make it better and better for you guys. So for Danny and myself, thank you very much, and it's Pirate Solutions out.